Confrontations waiting to happen, sinister shadows gather power. Eyes watching the keeper of the Toma waiting in ambush for the one. Their lord anxiously waits his prize so he can turn light into night, the mad seer.
I have been hiding out in a gypsy village near Margroth for so long now, I'm getting restless. I'm still waiting to hear what the Hammerites thought of my prices for those recovered artifacts. But since I had a private courier travel around Margroth, it could take weeks. I have been reading some of those books I acquired from Bantar. One of them talks about a place that sparks my interest. According to the book, there are some ruins only a few days' travel toward the southeast. The book talks about a series of caverns located below the flat plains. Inside these caverns are the ruins known as the Museum of the Ancients. When I asked about the area, the gypsy informed me that 7 years ago a piece of the sky fell to the ground at that location. It caused a huge crater and filled the sky with dust for months. The crater itself is filled with a strange black smoke. The gypsy woman warned me that the place is cursed. Maybe this will be my only time to check it out, 'cause I never want to come to this place again.
Okay. Welcome to the final mission of Ruins of Originia, Ashes to Ashes. Difficulty Expert. Somewhere in the crater are the ruins of the museum. Find them. Once you locate the ruins, find a way inside. Don't lose the Gem of Oldorf. Gather at least 7,500 worth of loot. Climb out of the crater when you're done. Make sure you don't kill any humans. After all, you are a master thief. This is probably the hardest and most complicated of the missions, so this might take a while. Anyway, you may recognize this from Mission 2. This hand is going to help us get into the Museum of the Ancients. Spoilers, but it happens early, so it's all ready. You're gonna be spoiled pretty early on. Anyway, we have, I believe, the cumulative cash from our previous missions, so we can buy quite a lot. I'm going to be getting a few rope arrows. I think actually all the healing potions are enough. A few flash bombs. And, just to be on the safe side, a, slow fall potion. Just to test something. I'm gonna send some of these back. Yes. I'm going to, buy all of the water arrows and sell back some of the things I don't need. Don't need the arrows. Actually, I might need the mines. Sadly, all of the fire arrows and water arrows from the previous missions have been dumped. This is the only mission that does that, but I suppose that would make it too easy. In any case, I'll keep the mines. Anyway, I bought 5 rope arrows, 5 flash bombs, 25, all of the water arrows, which is 25, all of the healing potions, because this mission is going to make me do some things that take a lot of damage. A slow fall potion just to be safe, and all of the mines. Actually, I guess the frog beast eggs are okay too. Anyway, enough talking, let's start. As you can see, we're in the smoking crater of a volcano. This is probably not the healthiest venture. Now we're going to have to find a way down. Conveniently, the sides of the volcano have paths that snake downward in a spiral towards the bottom of the crater. I guess you can use rope arrows on the tree to get down there faster, but it's more trouble than it's worth. So I'm going to take the long route. In addition to having the ancient mummified hand, we also have all of those colored mystic stones from Bantar's lab as well. Now I'm just going to be careful, because these paths are fairly narrow. I'll zoom in so you can see it. That's part of the ruin sticking out, as mentioned on the map. It's a sort of an obelisk shape. Here's the map you might have seen from the briefing screen. We'll get a better map later. But basically, this mountain or volcano, whatever you want to call it, is a hub of all kinds of strange activity, and we'll see more of that once we get to the bottom of the ravine. Now we're going to have to Now, it looks empty here, but there are actually some invisible, or mostly invincible, not invincible, but mostly invisible monsters, at the bottom of the ravine, so we have to be fairly careful. I'm going to try to get back up onto the walls and to get away from them, and it doesn't always work. Now, these monsters are called shadow beasts, and they are, as the mission will reveal later on, personal servants of the deity, the Dark One. Now, originally, with Thief's old engine, Oh god, I hear one of them. Yeah, he saw me. If I can only... Yeah, one hit kill. Okay, I got it. Climb on the rope arrow and... Okay. We should be fine. Yeah, you can just barely see them. They phase in and out. These are shadow beasts. Again, like I said, the personal servants of the Dark One, and you can choose to fight them if you really want to, but it's tedious because you can barely see them. Alright, we're at the museum. Though you can't see it just yet. I'll descend into the crater. Now, let me turn off the fog effect for just a moment. And it didn't work. Anyway, it's a little hard to see, but this is actually the structure shown in one of Bantar's books. That this was the only standing structure in the area. And, the only noticeable symbol on it was a hand. Oh, okay. That sort of makes it appear more... anyway, this is actually the Museum of the Ancient Ones, and despite how small it is, it's a magical building. And once we activate it with the Hand of the Ancients, we'll be able to go inside to its, I guess you could say, proper recesses, its proper form, whatever. In any case, we used that mummified hand on the ancients on this symbol right here. Yeah, I'm just checking the way out of here just to be sure. Anyway, let's get that hand out. And we're in the Museum of the Ancients. This is the exit, by the way. It works similar to those portraits from Mission 2. It now moving... Oh, right. No, this is not the exit. I believe this is the... This welcomes you to the museum. Yes, this museum is actually sentient and has what's a spirit attached to it called the Caretaker. We'll be hearing more from her.
Welcome, traveler, to the Museum of the Ancients. Established roughly 7,000 years ago by Grumba, the Grand Architect of the Ancients, this museum was built to preserve the studied culture while we lived here. The museum remains as our legacy to others that may reach here someday, like yourself.
Now that we've accessed that picture, we can access the rest of the museum, though because of the Sami architecture it's easy to get lost, so I'll be using different objects and moss arrows to mark where I've already been, and consulting the map often. And the museum even gave us a map. We're currently at number 30. Yes, the welcoming sign. That's the starting point right here. We're right here at number 30. The next exhibit, or portrait, is the exit from the museum. I don't know if you heard that, but Garrett gave us a little hint saying to check the map. Now I'm going to be marking X's on places that I've already been, since it's easy for me to forget my progress, because this is a big mission. Okay, I'll mark the welcome one. I haven't actually used the exit, but I'll mark that also. And, okay. Number 4, here is the next exhibit. It's the Caretaker.
Greetings, Ancient One. I am the Caretaker. I am all that is left of my living Ancient Ones, a soul sealed in stone with the memories of my builder. Feel free to look around and examine any of the exhibits. Remember that each exhibit needs to be powered by an orb of a particular frequency.
Yes, so, as the Caretaker just said, each exhibit needs a powered orb in order to access it. This one is the Fountain of Lamnith, which we'll be seeing several times. There's a way to get around this. There are 2 ways to get around this. One is to go to the power cell's area and refill your stock of colored stones. This can be tedious. There is a way to get around it. That same power cells area has a secret that lets us get to the exhibits, so we don't have to keep refilling the stones.
Long ago, before the rise of the Balthonians, and after the fall of the first builders, another civilization flourished. The Syrinxians built on the knowledge base that was inherited from their ancestor Olmecs. However, Syrinxians eliminated all foreign deities and started protecting valuable areas from the beasts within the forests. One such place is the Fountain of Lamnith, a naturally flowing spring. Legends claim that the waters contain a power that heals.
Okay, this is this fountain is valuable late in a later in a later part of the mission. We can't access it now, but there is something else we can but there is something we can get. One of these columns has a valuable gemstone on it. Yeah, that swirling mist over there takes us back to the museum. You may not see it, but the highest pillars there has a valuable gem on it, and I'm trying to get it. I don't think it's required. Oops. I screwed up again. Yeah, this is the Fountain of Lahn. There's nothing in it, but that's not... well, except the water, which will come into play later in the... I keep wanting to say game, but mission. Okay, we're now on the highest pillars, and I'm going to abuse quick saves to get across because it's a bit touchy. Save again. Oops. You see? And yeah, if you fall, it really hurts. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Mantle up here. Get that gemstone, and I'm going to try to... Okay, that worked. I thought I was going to hit the bottom and crater. But okay. Alright. I'll mark the fountain. However, the map will put a blue glow next to the exhibits that you're in the proximity of, and I believe visited already. Different parts of the museum are cordoned off, unless you activate them with these mystic stones. You'll see what I mean. I mean, you'll have to see what I mean. Critical parts of the mission are in the walled-off exhibits. The most dangerous ones require the most work to get to. Anyhow, I guess number 14, since we're at Exhibit 11, we'll go for number 14, which is the exhibit of the Gem of Mithra. It's a relative, so to speak, of the Gem of Oldorf. It's a soul stone. Now, if I switch to my compass, I'll be doing that a lot in this mission. Okay, to the south. Okay. The Gem of Mithra, frequency green. Frequency, color, it's the same thing here, essentially. Okay. Okay.
The Gem of Mithra is one of 5 unique treasures. It is the life force of the entity Mithra, the guardian of the Western Gateway. It glows with a spectral light that can penetrate the living and the spirit.
Now, all of 5 of the gemstones that the caretaker is talking about, including the stone we have, Oldorf, they're supposed to, when dropped on the ground, emit a light like what's emanating around this platform. That light is supposed to expose those invisible or near invisible things, and that's supposed to help with the shadow beasts and the secret in the power cells exhibit. However, because of changes to New Dark, it doesn't work so well anymore. mark that I've been to the exhibit. Okay. Next is, I believe... Well, I don't want to go to the Rainbow Rose just yet, because that takes quite a bit of time. And we need something that's not there. Let's see, what else? 29. Thor. I guess we'll go to that. Now, it's in the general area south, which is not very helpful. We can sometimes help ourselves find our way around. Thor, frequency red.
Thor, the deity of innovation and thunder, is rumored to teach fire-building skills to the native population, and through innovation they have formed a crude society with little established trade. However, most of the worshippers of Thor have been destroyed or enslaved by followers of Kazarili, Asmodome, and the Dark One to exploit their knowledge for power.
There's not much to speak of here. There's a flash mine. There's a scouting orb. There's some basic construction elements, like you saw in Soulforge and so on, but... Oh, there is one valuable thing, a gas mine. I suppose that will be helpful. Anyway, let's go back. Let's see... What's number 10? Well, no. Yeah, 24 is the power cell's exhibit. To the west of no, actually to our east of Thor. Or our west. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the gimmick here is that every time you deplete your mystic orbs, you go to the power cells exhibit for more. And it requires nothing to get into it.
We, the Ancient Ones, use spheres of energy to power our devices. Each device did not always have the same frequency requirements, so different colors were used to express this difference. The colors range from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, and black. At the end of our existence, we developed a clear orb which could power any device. However, only one was managed to be created.
Now, right here is where I believe there's supposed... Yeah, you can barely see it, but the Mystic Gems reveal this lock box. But it can't be opened with anything we have, obviously, because this is a magical device. I believe it's... Well, the gem didn't light it up, but we picked up an invisible key. And, I'll see. Okay, you can I can barely see the outline of the lockbox. But let me see. Okay, there's the invisible key. No, it still can't be seen. Okay, that key unlocked something. And by something, I mean... a panel right in front of the area where we picked up the invisible key. Which I seem to have trouble finding, even though this is a very small room. Okay, here it is. I couldn't there's this water tunnel here. And it's really hard to see. I'm gonna surface for a second. Now we swim through here. And at the center of this generator is the clear mystic stone. Now this is not strictly necessary. You can just keep using the mystic stones all you care for, coming back each time to, oh, I went in a circle. Anyway, you can just keep coming back to the Power Cells exhibit all you want to refill your mystic stones, but I'm trying to save some time on this level because it's already long enough. By the builder. I keep going in a circle and coming back to the center of the exhibit. It's really, really hard for me to see where I'm swimming. And I'm going to come up into the center of the power cells again because it's hard for me to see. What's my gamma? It's at max. I can still barely see what I'm doing. I've never once had this much trouble getting out of this area before. Having to come back here because I don't want to drown. Finally I found my way out. Alright, since we have the clear stone, we don't need to deal with the colored stones anymore. It's a bit of a cheat, but I'm trying to speed this up. And you may notice I'm moving very slowly through the museum. This is not because I'm walking, but because there are the floor architecture of this museum is strange. and as such, it makes you move very slowly. Yeah, we've already been there. Let's find the Thor exhibit, because there we can navigate to an exhibit that would be very fascinating to us as thieves. Gold. Oh wait, what's this? The rainbow rose. I guess I'll activate that. I'm not going to go into it because you need something. Oops, I confused that with the clear stone. That was white, not clear. Okay. This is what the rainbow rose looks like, and it's what we'll be seeking in the exhibit. Anyway, let's see, which one was that? 25. Okay, we're at exhibit 25. Let's go to our south, and from there try to find our way to some exhibits we haven't seen. Okay, this was the one I wanted. Sylvester, frequency white. The caretaker's narration will elaborate that Sylvester, it ties into this mission's imagining of the thief lore, and that she was actually the mother of Victoria. Yes, that Victoria.
Sylvester, the deity of plants, dwells in several planes but only in areas of vegetation. Other deities have weakened Sylvester by destroying forests or poisoning the elements. As a response to the destruction of forests, Sylvester created 3 nymphs to protect the plants: Galatia, Ariel, and Victoria.
I don't remember if there's anything of much importance in here, besides that interesting tidbit about Victoria. No, I don't believe so. Now, check the map. Okay, Sylvester is 28. We'll continue east and try to find Exhibit 17, which is what we're very interested in, gold. Well, not east, west. My direction is completely screwed up by this museum. Gold. Surprisingly, the frequency is not yellow as you'd expect, but purple.
Gold is one of the most valuable resources to all of the tribes and forthcoming cultures. It is used in trading and artwork. This substance possessed a tradable value.
We'll just pick up the gold, which is what any thief would do. We now have 1,100 out of our goal of 7,500. Now we'll mark that off on the map. We'll head north and hug the wall to try and find the gem of Zazarius. West and north. This might be it. Yes, the Gem of Caesarius. Frequency blue.
The gem of Caesarius is one of 5 unique treasures. It is the life force of an entity called Caesarius, the keeper of the eastern door. It glows with a spectral light that can penetrate the living and the spirit.
I'll mark that off. Though helpfully, the auto map also points out exhibits you've already visited in blue. I guess we'll visit. We'll try to go to the farthest, to the southeast, hit this corner, and then try to hug the wall so we can find the exhibit of the first temple, which we'll be coming back to several times. I have way too much stuff in my inventory. South and east. And bunny hopping won't work in this museum either, again because of the strange architecture of the floors. Yes, I believe I'm at that corner now. So I'll go up and around this corner here, and I think this is the exhibit of the first temple. Frequency, first temple, frequency yellow. But I think I might have already used the yellow stone. So we'll just use the clear stone. Now, the civilization shown in here is a mishmash of various Mesoamerican cultures and various pre-Columbian cultures. They call them the Olmecs, or the first builders in-game. But this step pyramid looks similar to Aztec or Mayan ruins. I mean, well, not ruins, but step pyramids. But there are also some statues around of heads, which are like the Olmecs, and that's the name they use for these people in universe. But this is just like... but this isn't the real world, this is Thief. So, artistic license.
The mighty Olmec culture, known as the First Builders, were the first advanced culture to arise from the wilds. Under the instruction of their leader Amna, they conquered the forest and dug into the earth. The very first structure was built in honor of Amna. Many others were built, but not nearly as large as the Step Pyramid. After the death of their leader, the Olmecs reformed their religious structure to include Amna as a deity.
Now, it's Amna, who the caretaker just mentioned, really was a deity. In I believe it was Mayan and Aztec culture. I don't remember if I'm not as familiar with the Olmecs as I am with the Mayans and the Aztecs, but Amna was a primary deity for the Mayans, as far as I know. So, just showing off the temple. There's we can't, and there are quite a few new objectives here. Yeah, we have to require not require, but rather acquire the remains of the first builder, which is Amna. But we can't do that yet. But I suppose we'll knock out a few people, so we'll have an easier time when we come back later. Now we picked up an amulet from this priestess, whose carry icon looks like a Bafford guard for some reason. And I'm using this now, another few. I'll explain once I've knocked these guys out. Whoa, that's a lot of guys. Okay. I'll explain various cultural and religious mishmashing with these people. Once I'm done knocking out all of these guys, and there are a lot of guys. Oh boy, I'm getting really lucky. Oops. No, I'm not. And those archers are not fighting, but rather firing obsidian-tipped arrows at me. Gotta be careful. And they really hurt, so we gotta be careful. And I believe they run down the steps of the pyramid. This is the top of the step pyramid, and we have to get into... yeah, we have to get that gemstone. But we have to get this panel open. Yeah, this is a secret panel to the tomb of the first builder. And how do you open it? By hitting it a few times with your sword. It seems slightly unintuitive to me. I have no idea how you're supposed to figure that out on your own. I had to use a walkthrough for most of this mission. Anyway. Well, with all of the missions, really, if I'm being honest. Alright, these guys are searching the brush for me. So... oh, and they're going back to their usual... So, this guy that I'm coming after right now is based on an Aztec jaguar warrior. Oops. And he's speaking English. And he's carrying a... it's spelled with an X. I can't remember what it was, but it's basically like a sword mace fusion with obsidian, obsidian in spikes coming out of it. Jaguar warriors were from Aztec culture, and I believe they were basically the equivalent of knights. Or roughly. I shouldn't say basically, but roughly. Very roughly. There are two archers down there. I'll drop in behind them once they're... Oh, there's a guy. He functions like an archer, but he shoots spears at you. And one of his spears is valuable. And these archers have really good hearing, because that guy was several meters away. Someone's up above me. The obsidian arrows are visually identical to the noisemaker arrows. Excuse me. Yes, they're visually identical to the noisemaker arrows from OG Thief. Okay. We have one more jaguar warrior to deal with. He's going up the steps. So I'm going to... Actually... I'm just going to wait for him to go around the corner here. And knock him out. Alright, since all the guards are down and there is some iconography, I want to say it's Mayan, but it could be Aztec, I suppose. And there's a ritual staff here that we're gonna steal, and there's not much more we can... I guess I'll show off the tomb of the first builder, Amna. But I'm not going to go very far in it because there are some traps and you can't really get past it without a special item. Well, you can't complete it and get his body without the special item. How would Garrett carry an entire skeleton in his bag? But then again, how is he carrying tens of thousands of pieces of loot with him? We have this funky magical mist here, and use Garrett's eye to zoom in. Over there are is beneath that central face in the center of my screen is a plate, but you have to put an amulet or a talisman on that plate, and we don't have it in this map. We have to go to or not this map, but rather this exhibit, this world, whatever you want to call it, this exhibit world. We need an amulet, a special item, but it's in another exhibit, so that's why we're going to exit this exhibit for now and go look for the other one, which I believe is called the Tomb of the First Builder. Now, what we'll be looking for in the other exhibit looks like this. This sun medallion thing. It's in the tomb exhibit. Oh, and one of these stone heads has a quiver of obsidian arrows. But we've already taken everyone out, knocked everyone out, so... And we're being nice to humans today, so it won't be of much use to us. So, next time, more exhibit hunting.